You can see one example here where simple interest and both the compound interest is calculated. So here the principal amount we have taken here rupees 100. This is the principal amount, that is principal value, that is 100 rupees. This is a calculation of simple interest and this is a calculation of compound interest. A rate of interest we have taken 10%, so the corresponding amount also we are calculating here. If P is 100 and rate of interest 10% means 10% of 100. You need to calculate 10% of 100, it is 10 rupees only. So here also 10% of 100 is 10 rupees only. So here the total amount is becoming 110 and here also 100. Whether it is simple interest or compound interest, the first year the same interest, we are getting 110, here also 110. Okay. So now after this we can see that the principal for the second year again it is 100 rupees only, but in the compound interest the principal changes. The principal will be this, the total amount of this previous year will become the principal of the next year. This will become the principal of the next year. But here the principal value is fixed, whether you take for the first year or the second year, it is 100 rupees only, not varying. But here principal change it to 110 rupees. 100 change it to 110 rupees now. So the previous year amount will become the principal for the next year. Now if you calculate the 10% here, rate of interest here it is 10 rupees only, interest. 10% of 100. 1 by 10 into 100. So it becomes 10 rupees only. And the total amount is say 110 rupees here. Same thing. Whatever we got in the first year, same amount we are getting. But here you look at the 10% of 110. 10% of 110, it is 11 rupees. If you calculate 10% of 110 means 10 by 100, 10 by 100 into 110. You can cancel this 0, 0, 0, 0, you will get 11 rupees. So this 11 we have written here. 110, 10% is 11 rupees. If you add the amount here, look at this, 121 rupees, and differentiate this to now. Here 100, 110 first year, again second year was 110, but here compound interest we have 110 in the first year, but second year it has changed to 121. There is a big difference between the simple interest and the compound interest we are getting here. So now for the third year, if I take the principal again here 100 rupees only, okay, then if you calculate 10% of this 10 rupees, so total amount becomes 110. Even at the end of the third year also it is 110 only. But here in this case this will become the principal of the next year. The second year amount, the amount you are getting will be the principal of the next year. So this 10% if you calculate, so what happens 10%? 10 by 100 into 121. So if you calculate divide this one, 0 cancels, 121 by 10, 12.1, 12.1, so 12.10, it is the interest. If you add this one to the principal, you are getting the amount 133. Look at this here, amount here fixed every time, 110, 110, 110. But here it is changing every time. 110, next year it is 121, third year is 133.10. Why it is happening? Because the principal value we are taking here.
The principal is not constant, sir.
It is not constant. So we are every time we are adding the interest of the previous year to the previous year to the principal, then it becomes the amount. That amount will be the next year principal. So now this is the principal, this is interest, then it is amount. This amount will become the principal here. But here the same principal, 100, 100, 100. Here every time it is changing, therefore we are getting a big difference here. See 110, 110, 110, here 110, 121, 133.10. So this is the interest that we are getting, compound interest. This is one example to differentiate. Now we cannot follow the same method to calculate. So just like we have a formula to find the simple interest we have PTR by 100. We can use this formula. So now we can find out one formula to compound interest also. We can deduce one formula to find the compound interest. So now let us deduct one formula, deducting a formula for the compound interest. Using simple interest only, formula only, we are going to get the formula of compound interest. Let us see now let us calculate simple interest first for the first year. Simple interest 1. The principal for the first year, principal 1, we are taking P1. P1 indicates the principal for the first year. Rate is fixed R. Time, let us take 1 year. So we are taking time PRT by PTR by 100 or PRT by 100. This is a formula to calculate the simple interest. So P1 is the principal for the first year. Rate is fixed. Time here 1 year. So in place of time I have taken 1 divided by 100. So this is the principal, in simple interest for the first year. Then amount will be, amount formula, you know that principal amount can be calculated using principal plus interest. If you add principal and interest, you will get the amount. So amount at the end of first year, principal 1 plus this interest. Principal plus interest. Interest we got, it is P1 R by 100 is the interest. So as we know that amount is equal to principal plus interest, I told principal for the first year it is P1. Okay, P1 plus interest we calculated P1 R by 100. So now in this you can take common, Here P1, here also P1 is there in both the terms. Take P1 common. So amount for the first year, at the end of first year, amount will become P1 you are taking common. Then if you take P1 common here, it remains 1 remain. Then this plus, if you take P1 common, R by 100. Is it clear to all of you? See now, we are using the simple interest formula. So principal value we have taken P1. So PRT by 100. Principal here P1 because it is the first year. Rate we are taking R. Fixed is fixed here. Time 1 year calculation divided by 100. Interest will be P1 by R 100. Now I want the amount. Amount can be calculated by adding the principal and interest. The principal value I told you P1 we have taken, P1. Then interest we got P1 R by 100. In both the places we have P1. This is also P1, here also we have P1. Take common. Once you take common, here 1 will remain. Then here R by 100 will remain. P1 into 1 plus R by 100. This is the amount at the end of first year. Okay. And this will become the principal for the next year. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Since it is a compound interest, so this amount will become the principal for the second year. Second year, that's why I am taking P2. This is P2 now. So this will become the principal for the second year. So now again we will calculate the simple interest. Now principal changed here. First year we had P1. Second year principal will become P2. P2 is this value. Okay. So now you calculate the simple interest now. Simple interest formula PTR by 100. We have the formula PTR by 100 or PRT by 100. What is the P value here? What you can write here? P2. Rate of interest is fixed here. Time here 1 year. So therefore for the second year only we are calculating 1 year divided by 100. So P2 into R into 1 means P2R by 100. P2 into R by 100. So this is simple interest for the second year. P2 into R by 100. But P2, it is this. P2 can be written as P1 into 1 plus R by 100. Can we write like this?
P1 into 1 plus R by 100.
So in place of P2, you can write this one. This is the value of P2. So this value, P2. And this R by 100 I have written as it is. So principal 2, in terms of P1 we are writing. This is P2 in terms of P1. So now you can write here in place of P2, P1 into 1 plus R by 100 because this is P2. So now this you write as it is. R by 100 as it is. This value I have written as it is. Now observe here. One thing is common, you can see here. What you can see? P1 you write first into R by 100 you write here. This 1 plus R by 100 rearrangement only. P1 into R by 100 into this 1 plus R by 100. You got it?
Yes, sir.
What we have done here in this case, in this place, P1 and R together we are writing divided by 100. This 1 plus R by 100 here. Is it clear? So this is the simple interest for the second year. What was the simple interest for the first year? P1 R by 100. But here P1 R by 100 into 1 plus R by 100 we are getting the simple interest. Now what is the next thing we have to calculate? After calculating the simple interest for the second year? Amount at the end of second year. What is the formula? How to find the amount at the end of second year? Add principal and interest. What is the principal for the second year?
Sir, P1 into 1.
No, just you say P2. Okay, P2 is the principal for the second year. A2 is equal to P2 plus SI2. This is a formula now. P2 into SI. Now you can substitute here. What is P2 here? P2 is nothing but this one in terms of P1. P1 into R by 100. So in place of P2, you can write P1 into 1 plus R by 100. SI2, simple interest. This one. P1 R by 100 into 1 plus R by 100. So this one. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
P2, this value. This is simple interest calculated at the end of second year. Okay. So now, what you can do some rearrangement. Observe here.
Sir, we can take P1 as common.
We have taken P1 common. See here in this term also we have P1. Here also we have P1. Two terms are there. This is one term. This is another term. Here if you take P1 common, what will remain? 1 plus R by 100. Here you are taking P1 common means P1. What will it give you? See, sorry. We are taking this completely, this term common. This completely, not only P1, we are taking P1 into 1 plus R by 100. Completely we are taking common. If I take here, what will remain? 1 will remain. This one. In this place, this one. 1. Okay. And in this place, P1 you are taking 1 plus R by 100 you are taking common, then R by 100 here.
1 plus R by 100 is remaining.
See what we are taking common here, can you tell me? Complete this term. P1 P1 into 1 plus R by 100. If I take common, this is a common thing we are taking, this much. Then here what will remain here? 1. Because we are taking completely out. Then this plus here. This plus here. Then you are taking completely this term now. P1 here, 1 plus R by 100 here. If you take these two both, what will remain here? R by 100 will remain here. So this is 1 plus, then here R by 100 because you are taking P1 into 1 plus R by 100 common. So now you look at this, amount will become, this is A2, P1 into 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100. So it is whole square. Repeating now, you can make it square. So this is the principal for the third year. This is the principal. This amount of the second year will become the principal for the third year. See now look at this. One generalization you can make. Look at this. Amount at the end of first year. What you got? A1. Look at this. A1 is equal to what is the answer you are getting?
P1 into 1 plus
Remember this. A1 is equal to P1 into 1 plus R by 100. A2 is equal to P1 into. Now come on, tell me what is A3 now? Generalize. 1 plus R by 100 all to the power 3. A4. Like this, if you proceed, nth term Pn will become, An will become P1 into 1 plus R by 100 all to the power n. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So here n indicates the number of year, number of period that years here. First year means it is 1 all to the power 1. Second year means here it is 2 all to the power 2. Third year means all to the power 3 will be. So now here nth year means n means here all to the power n. So let us remove P1. Just you say P is the principal. So amount will be the A is equal to, amount will be equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 all to the power n. This is the formula to find the amount. So amount contains, what it contains? Compound interest is equal to principal plus, see, amount is equal to, amount always contains principal plus interest, isn't it? Amount is equal to principal plus interest. I want compound interest, you can do like this, A minus P. A value is there, minus P if you do, then you will get the compound interest. So this is amount is required. Amount you got in terms of P. You want compound interest means do A minus P. Amount, this amount minus the principal value. You have calculated this A and P value it is given. Subtract this A minus P you do, then that gives you the compound interest. This is a formula to find the compound interest. Directly you will not get, you will get the amount to calculate the compound interest. After calculation of compound interest, this is the amount. You want only interest means A minus P you do, compound interest. So this is a formula you should keep in mind. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 over to the power N. And we will solve one question on this compound interest. Find compound interest on rupees 12,600 for 2 years at 10% per annum compounded annually. Annual calculation. Because we have interest calculation half yearly also, quarterly also, now this is annual calculation only. So now we got P is equal to principal rupees 12,600. Rate of interest R is equal to 10% per annum.
10%.
Per annum, you keep in mind this annum or half yearly. And the time N is equal to here, time here N, number of years 2. Isn't it? What is the formula to find compound interest? We have to find out amount first. A is equal to R by 100 over to the power N. Principal you write 12,600. 1 plus R, rate here 10 by 100 over to the power 2. So 12,600 into LCM here 100. This becomes 100 plus 10. Over to the power 2. 12,600 into 110 by 100 over to the power 2. So if you simplify this, 12,600 into, so now you can cancel this 0 and 0 inside. So it is 11 by 10 whole square. So simplify this, 12,600 into 11 by 10 into 11 by 10. You can cancel 0 and 0, 0 with 0. So you are getting the answer 126 into 11 into 11. So 126 into 121. The product of these two gives you, what is the product of these two? 15,246 rupees. So this is amount. This is the amount. It includes the principal value as well as interest. We want compound interest means compound interest is equal to A minus P. Compound interest is equal to, subtract the principal value from the amount. So now you will get 15,246 minus, what is the principal value? 12,000?
12,600.
So now subtract this one. 15,246 minus 12,600. 2,646 rupees. So this is the compound interest. Got it?
Sir, show the previous slide, sir.
Rate compounded annually or half yearly. So you can calculate the interest either half yearly, quarterly or annually. So what we did in the previous example, that is the annual calculation. Sometimes half yearly calculations will be there. Quarterly. Quarterly means how many months? 3 months. Half yearly means how many months?
6 months.
This is for 6 months. This is for 3 months. How many 3 months will be there in a year?
4.
So that's why it is 1/4. 1/4 of a year. Quarterly means 1/4 of a year, 1/4. Half yearly means 1/2 of a year. This is 1 year completely. So we can calculate the interest based on the half yearly, quarterly or annually. Now what happens when we calculate the interest not annually, if the compounded not annually, if it is not calculated annually? What we did in the previous example, it's an annual calculation. If it is not annual, then what happens to this time and the rate? Whether they will be same or whether changes. That is very important point you should keep in mind. If this is not compounded annually, interest is not compounded annually, that means either it may be half year or quarterly, then what happens to the time and the rate? See, look at this. Time period after which the interest is added to each time to form a new principal is called as conversion period. So remember that what is conversion period means. So when you are going to calculate the interest, sometimes we calculate at the end of 1 year. At the end of 1 year, then this is called as 1 year conversion period. Suppose every 6 months we calculate, there will be 2 conversion periods. How many conversion periods in a year? 2. Because 6 months. Suppose if I calculate for 3 months, how many conversion periods will get? 4 conversion periods. So when we are calculating, see, it is the time period after which the interest is added. See, sometimes we add the interest at the end of the year, or sometimes we add the interest at the end of 6 months. Sometimes we add the interest at every 3 months. So that means that a time to form new principal. So now we have learned to change the principal at the end of the year. P1 will become P2 at the end of the year. So when we change the principal, that period is called as the time taken to change the principal. That is called as conversion period. In the previous example, conversion period is 1 year. 1 period in a year, 1 conversion period. Suppose if I change the principal after 6 months, there will be two conversion periods. If I change the principal value after 3 months, there will be total. Why that is conversion period? What is the meaning of conversion period? Because we are
after conversion period,
principal changes. Principal changes. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
So conversion period means we are changing the principal after that period. So here first 1 year means at the end of the year we change the principal. 6 months means after 6 months we change the principal. 3 months means at the end of 3. So that is called as conversion period. Keep in mind what is conversion period means. You have to write this. It is a time period after which the interest is added each time to form a new principal. Remember that. We change the word principal to new principal by adding the interest. So that time period we call it as conversion period. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now when in this time, when the interest is compounded half yearly, I did in the previous example annual calculation. Suppose if we calculate the interest half yearly, 6 months once, there are 2 conversion periods. How many conversion periods will be there?
The 2 conversion.
Because in a year, 6 months, there will be 2 6 months. After every 6 months, we change the principal. Okay. Now, time, number of conversion period, n becomes 2. In 1 year, n will change to 2 conversion periods. N will change to 2. We have the formula A is equal to P into, what is the formula? P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power 2n. Here it becomes, what happens? 2n. 2. Here n will change to 2. Sorry, n will become 2. Another thing, rate will become half of the annual rate. Suppose rate in the previous example 10% per annum. Now here half yearly becomes 5%. Rate also should change because half yearly calculation. If they give rate 10% per annum, Then since it is a half yearly calculation, you have to convert this, keep in mind, very important. So changing the rate, if it is half yearly, 5%. Now come to the next one. If the interest is compounded quarterly means after every 3 months, if you calculate the interest, how many conversion periods will be there in a year?
Four conversion
periods. So what happens to the rate of interest? So change the rate of interest. Suppose 10% is per annum means per annum is given here. It becomes 1 by 4 of 10. How much it becomes? 2.5 or 5 by 2. Both are same. So you understood this? Two important things. Conversion period 4 will be there. Rate of interest will be 1/4. If conversion period here 2 means rate of interest will be 1 by 2, half of that one. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So very important thing you should note down. If it is quarterly, 1/4 of the rate of interest. Half yearly means half of the rate of interest. Now another important point. Look at this now. One example here. Look at this. This is compounded annually, compounded half yearly. Let us distinguish this one, half yearly and annually. Principal value I have taken 100 rupees. Rate of interest 10% per annum. This word is important. Per annum. Given it is per annum. Is it clear? But this example here annually, compounded annually. Here it is compounded. See now, calculate the interest time is 1 year. I is equal to 100 into 10. PTR by simple only, 1 year only. Now we are using only simple interest formula. 100 into rate 10 time 1 by 100. Rate of interest will be 10. Amount will become 110. Simple interest only. Because for 1 year, you calculate compound, principal will not change. Principal will change only at the end of the first year, isn't it? Huh? So now no need to change the compound interest formula. Now just you can use simple interest because it is only 1 year. Whether it is compounded or a simple interest, so interest will be same. Now look at this now. If it is compounded annually, time year, half year, calculation year, half yearly calculation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So now rate, what happens to the rate? Rate will become 10 is the rate. Half of a year. Then what happens? Rate becomes half. When you multiply 10 by 1 by 2, rate becomes half. So therefore, 100 cancels, you get 5% is the interest. 5 rupees is the interest. So amount will be 105 rupees. So now we look at this half yearly calculation. It is annual calculation. Amount you are getting 110. In half yearly calculation, after 6 months, how much you will get? How much you will get? See, after calculating this amount, next 6 months, the principal cannot be the same. Principal will change. What is the principal for the next 6 months?
Sir, 105.
105. So now principal will be 105. Here you see 100 only after annual calculation. The next 6 months, the principal is changing here because it is a compound interest calculation. P 105, rate of interest 10, because half yearly calculation 1 by 2. So if you simplify this, you are getting 5.25. Here you got 5 rupees for the first 6 months, and you are getting 5.25 for the next 6 months. So now amount is 105 plus 5.25, it is 110.25. Amount you are getting 110.25. You got, see what is the difference you are getting, you see. When it is annual calculation, 110 rupees at the end of the year. But at the end of the year, how much you are getting here?
Sir, 110.25.
Why that is the difference? There is a difference.
Sir, because the amount is compounded half yearly,
see now, 5 rupees extra here. In the second 6 months, principal is having 5 rupees extra. Here only 100 rupees for the whole year. But here, only 6 months 100 rupees. The next 6 months, the principal is becoming 105 rupees. So you are calculating interest on this amount. So therefore, 0.25 you are getting extra. So that is interest is calculated on the interest here. This is the interest. Again on this interest you are calculating interest. So interest on interest. 2 times you are calculating in a year. That's why you are getting more interest in the half yearly calculation compared to the annual calculation. Both are compound interest only, but here half yearly calculation means you are getting more interest. Annual calculation means you are getting less interest. So that's the difference. So half yearly, annually, even if it is quarterly, what happens? Time will become 1/4.
1/4.
So rate will become 1/4.
4 years.
Keep in mind, rate becomes half if it is half yearly calculation. Rate becomes 1/4 if it is quarterly calculation. So I will stop here. Tomorrow we will discuss. The next day we will discuss. With an example we will understand half yearly calculation, how to change the rate and how to change the period, conversion period, what are the things we have to change there while calculating the half yearly. There is a difference between annual calculation and half yearly calculation. So we will learn in the next period.